All right, anyway, but actually, speaking of recitations, I thought tonight one of the things I might do is to there's a wonderful old music hall monologue, and it was made famous by Albert Chevalier, who was the Costa Cockney act, and of course My Old Dutch is one of his big songs, and Knocked Him in the Old Kent Road. But he did a wonderful monologue about an old-time actor called A Fallen Star. And I thought, not on a serious note, but I thought I might just recite that because it's a wonderful...
Taster.
Oh, well, hang on. Where's my... Oh, gosh, I haven't got the book with me. Could you possibly...
Noises off. Quick book.
Damn it. It's the one that says... No, it's not that one. Damn it. It's in the briefcase. So sorry. And she's going to do this.
We have a brief lady.
If you can look... And it says Titanic Tunes on the cover. Now, this is a book... Roddy, that I put out, and
You made a very successful CD.
Well, I've made a lot of money out of people who died on the Titanic. I mean, I made a lot of money.
He's all heart.
I did. Well, I put a CD of the music of the Titanic out, and it won a Grammy. And then, because of the success of that all over the world, we put out a record called Titanic Tunes, a sing-along in steerage. Because I thought the best music was actually really played down below. Anyway, so we were able to put this book out. But if you look at this book, really it's just a collection of British music hall songs. And it was a way to get these songs out in America, because they don't know these songs in America. You know, like, I'm going to get to what we were talking about, by the way, in a minute. You know, The Boy I Love Is Up in the Gallery. If It Wasn't for the Houses in Between. A lovely song, When the Summer Comes Again. I Wouldn't Leave My Little Wooden Hut for You. You don't remember that one, do you?
No.
Nellie Dean.
I remember that one.
Okay. And anyway, at the very end, I used to sigh for the silvery moon, by the way. Do you remember G.H. Eliot? The chocolate colour, we can't say the word that because he used to black up.
That's right.
Used to black up. I love to sing this song, and unfortunately, there are words in this song that you can't use today. But however, I saw G.H. Eliot on stage. And when he blacked up, it was actually delightful and charming and not in any way offensive. And he was the man who inspired Max Miller, by the way, who I love. But anyway, at the end of this book is the monologue that I was talking to you about, made famous by Albert Chevalier.
There the guy is.
There he is in his Costa Pearly King costume. But this is one that he recited. And as an old actor, and can I try it out?
Go for it.
Okay, because this is 1898. He wrote this. It's about a broken down Shakespearean actor. 30 years ago, I was a favourite at the Vic, a finished actor, not a cuff and collar shooting stick. I roused the house to laughter, or called forth the silent tear, and made enthusiastic gods, up in the gods, vociferously cheer. Those were the days, the palmy days of histrionic art. Without a moment's notice, I'd go on for any part. I do not mean to boast. I merely state in self-defence the denizens of New Cut, that's a part of London, of course, thought my Hamlet was immense. 30 years ago, I can hear them shout, "Bravo!" when after fighting armies, I would never show a scar. That time, alas, is gone, and the light that erstwhile shone is the light of a fallen star. I'm sorry, I'm carried away. I've got to finish. So sorry. As they say on the phone over here. Bear with me, will you? Bear with me. From patrons of the circle too, I had my meed of praise. The ladies all admired me in those happy halcyon days. Me charm of manner, easy grace, and courtly old world air, heroic bursts of eloquence, or villain's dark despair. I thrilled me audience, thrilled them as they never had been thrilled, and filled the theatre nightly as it never had been filled. Right through the mighty gamut of emotion I could arrange, from classic Julius Caesar to the idiot of the Grange. 30 years ago. And this applies to my life, by the way. I was a star once. I was someone in the show. Now, this is the great line. And now I pass, unrecognised, through crowded street or bar. That's what I love. He's walking through a bar. They're all saying, "Who's this old bugger? Never heard of him." And it happens to me. And now I pass unrecognised through crowded street or bar. The firmament of fame holds no record of my name, the name of a fallen star.
That is beautifully written and spoken. But it's sad, isn't it?
So I shouldn't do that tonight.
No, I don't
Right,
know.
That's another one. Out. Throw it away.
Time has rushed by. Thanks, Ian. And we're going to get you back next week because we're only... Now, this will be a bit difficult because he's performing tonight. But as it were, we're going to get him back next week and going to put things in the show as well. See you next week. Thank you, Ian Whitcomb.
Thank you. What fun.
Entertain you and recorded live at Warner's Bembridge Coast Hotel on the Isle of Wight.
Please welcome to the stage, all the way from Los Angeles, Grammy winner Mr. Ian Whitcomb.
All the way from Los Angeles, and you're thinking, why is this kid speaking like this? Well, I'm actually English, and I went to Los Angeles years ago, and I come back here just to brush up my accent, so it's very nice of you to have me here. And I'm playing a ukulele. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a balalaika, doesn't it? But I love the ukulele, and my great uncle wrote a lot of songs for the great George Formby, and I hope a lot of you remember him. And I just love these old songs. I collect all this old sheet music. And I was a rock and roller once, but I've renounced it. And renounced rock and roll. Yes, hallelujah, praise thee. Anyway, whatever. And I write these old songs now, so I'm going to sing you some genuine old songs, but here's one that I've written, and we like it in America a lot. It's become the anthem of ukulele players. We intend to take this to the Middle East and all trouble spots, and we're going to march down the streets of Baghdad with our ukuleles and sing this song, and there'll be no wars at all. Because who could resist that sound? It's so nice. I mean, you have to laugh, don't you? It's one I wrote. We read in the papers, we watch on the news, such torrents of sorrow, such thunder of blues. But now on the scene comes an army of kooks, singing so sweetly and strumming their ukes. Ring out the news round the nation, the uke is on the march, spreading our strong syncopation. The uke is on the march. We don't sing the blues, we don't holler or whine. Our melodies jingle, why our words even rhyme. Step aside electronics, make way for euphonics. The uke is on the march. Now I'll sing some jazz. The uke is on the march. Show what I do. Now that's an English song that I wrote, but I want to take you right back now to the beginning of time, because actually I'm a historian as well, and I write books about old songs. Do any of you remember a show called The Old Grey Whistle Test? Yes. Well, I was the first host of that show, and they threw me off because I tended to like older songs, and that's what I do now. Here's a very, very old song from 1896. It's a very serious song, but I think you'll enjoy it. And it shows how this kind of Victorian song was thrown out by the coming of ragtime and jazz.